Okay everyone, hi everyone, Monkey Puyo here, and for this week's video, I wanted to do this for a long time, but I'm going to be reacting to some of the stuff on the Puyo Confessions blog, since I have a lot of stuff to say about it. So first, let's look at the latest one. Okay, after seeing Puyo and Sonic Mania, I want to see a new entry solely placed there on a random setting that's completely unrelated to the game. For instance, Arrow encounters Rule as usual. One of the dialogue goes like, "I challenge you to a martial arts battle." Then the game suddenly turns into a 2D fighter where Arrow has to defeat Rule in the prompt to proceed. That would be kind of okay. Although I don't think they would quite get away with this. I mean, a puzzle franchise would be really hard to get away compared to a platformer. I mean, I don't know. I mean, still, it could possibly work, but I don't think that would work as well, since Sonic Mania is a platformer, and this game, Puyo Puyo, is a puzzle game, so thus I think the genre shift would be way more, let's say, drastic than others. Okay. I have a few different ships for Amity and Sig besides Sig Amity. Sig Amity is my fave, of course, but others do appeal to me. However, I like to imagine those two would be very, very loyal to their lover, so I simply choose to treat different ships as alternate universes. Probably so. So I can agree. Some of them are not interesting, though, so I'm just going to be tackling all of them and just going in order of release from newest to oldest. And talking about ships, Double, don't even get me started on Double X Arrow. I don't think Double was stable at all, and don't think Arrow would forgive anyone for getting up in Carbuncle, brainwashing Sadie and trying to kill her. Yeah, I agree. Besides, Double and Arrow was probably one of my least favorite ships, probably because Double seems like a girl that would be so insane that she probably would just be a Yurande. Yeah, so I don't think anyone should date her, by any sense of the imagination. For some reason, I really want to see something, be a fan art or a brief fanfic, depicting Double succeeding. I'm sure that would be pretty messed up, but I still want it. Yeah, probably an alternate ending to Puyo Puyo N. Something like that. I'm happy Arrow has actual full-time friends now. She's gone through so much, and it's actually impressive that she isn't unhinged by it. Well, I don't know. I think Puyo, I think it was Madame Morgari Saturn, she had a few friends. Quote me if I'm wrong. I think Rule was one of her friends at Madame Morgari Saturn, I believe it was. I'm sorry, my Morgari knowledge is way weaker than my Puyo knowledge. So, and even though I'm doing this unscripted, as sort of an unscripted response video, so I'm just gonna probably do things weaker, like, I may get some things wrong, so if you have any questions or if there's info that I'm wrong about, comment below. Okay, let's continue on. I ship Satan and Shanzo, but I'm too afraid to bring it up. It's an okay ship, I suppose. I don't know, I feel like Satan would not really want to date Shanzo, and I feel like Shanzo's ex-Lemurs or Shanzo ex-Witch seems like a more likely ship, but still, this ship is okay, honestly. I don't understand the disregard and possibly outright disdain for Osher Bones, both the Japanese and Western sides of the fandom. Compared to all the other characters in the Puyo, he's really talked about or drawn. He's almost like most fans pretend he doesn't even exist. Yeah, that applies to a lot of characters. In fact, a lot of my favorite characters are also some of the most underrated. I mean, sure, there are characters that are popular in the fandom, like Sig, Margot, and Klug, who I just really like, and they're still popular. But yeah, there's characters like Akuma, Osher Bones, and Zoe that really don't get enough love that they really need to deserve. And we'll see Confessions later on talking about that. I can't see Arrow and Shanzo working as a couple. I mean, if it weren't for the major age difference, Arrow being 16 and Shanzo being 180, yes, he is really that old, look it up. That would be, besides, I think a 180-year-old just dating a 16-year-old, and besides, Arrow's even a minor, so I don't think that kind of shit would just work out. I used to be a supporter, but I think they would just make for okay friends if Shanzo could stop with all his grammar issues. I have the biggest grasp in Sonic Mania with a certain boss battle. I'm glad I got into the fan base when I did. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, the Puyo thing was really awesome to see in Sonic Mania. I wonder, why didn't Kirby Star Allies and should put an Avalanche mode in there? I know it's owned by Sega, but could they have possibly made an agreement to put Avalanche in Kirby Star Allies? I mean, imagine one of the bosses. Let's say Zampatterine decides, before the big boss fight with her in the jam station, you have to fight her in Avalanche, and you totally wreck her, of course, if you're a really good Puyo player, and then you go back to her normal boss fight after she loses. That would just be a jarring, but yet so beautiful moment. Next page. It baffles me how the Mondo era, a fever era cast of Puyo don't acknowledge in universe the fact that the Puyo 7 comes from the Puyo series interpretation of the real world. I don't know what they even know what a real world is. Just seeing Rainbow's World is just another magic world, I believe. I want a character to quote the Killer Instinct announcer with their spells. That would be pretty cute. Kind of. Because I've not played any Killer Instinct games. May try one in the future. But from looking at gameplay footage of Killer Instinct, those kind of things are just so satisfying to hear. Combo Breaker and Ultras are some of the most satisfying things to hear in any video game. Same thing with, like, in Puyo, Tetris, and Chronicle, the board just sometimes flies off if you do a major chain while your opponent is dead. Like, the board shakes and then it flies off. Yeah, like that. Rafine's damage animation from 15th onwards always make me laugh for some reason. Could see where you're coming from. I really wish Draco and Fel had more interactions with each other. Yeah, a lot of characters need a lot more interactions. In fact, the Puyo lore is getting kinda weak here. Now, hopefully they make a game where they make one where they interact with each other, no new characters introduced. I feel like Sonic Team's Puyo series stood out most when they made the sequel to Fever, 50th anniversary and 7th main series entry. The art style was at its most refined, and I feel adding Shane to 20th anniversary was arbitrary. Well, yes, I do find Puyo Fever 2 and 15th anniversary to be their best style. Puyo 7, well, it's almost just as good. Only I do feel like the faces are a bit off. Also, I believe in Puyo 7 they reuse rules poses from 15th anniversary in Puyo 7, which was just a little lazy, especially since Shanzo and Satan and Sakadora got all new poses specifically for the game. Well, yeah, and I think the shading's okay. And the 3D model, and something else about Puyo art styles. The 3D models I think are pretty great and all, but Puyo always had this distinct style. And I mean, I love 3D models of characters, but I hope one day we could probably have the option to switch between 3D models and the original art style. I know that's probably saying a lot, but still, I felt like Puyo is known for that art style now. And I mean, I do love 3D models, and I love when characters make it to 3D, but I don't know. But anyway, let's just continue. As a fan of Knuckles Chaos Bite Me, I would squeal like no tomorrow if it gets re-released, yet at the same time I want to see it reskinned into something like Draco's Suzerain, as it takes it from Sega robbing us from a true Puyo game. Robotic BB Machine, that is. I would see, well, that would probably be doomed to US and European players, because that would be pretty harsh on them to get the Knuckles game that they always desired, and then the Knuckles fans get suddenly outraged when it gets replaced by another game. My god, how the Knuckles fans react if that got reskinned. After Puyo Tetris, I fell in love in the series. It looked like everything about the series, through my passion, is limitless. I'm limited by language barrier. I want to play them all. You can do that by emulation. And besides, most of the series has been translated at this point. probably except for N and the Earl and the Magari series. And also, Puyo Quest hasn't been translated that much. I feel like there's some hidden lore that's behind Puyo Quest and certain interactions and learning that we are missing because Puyo Quest is exclusively Japanese and no one has decided to translate it yet, sadly. Besides, I hope one day we can finally see what hidden lore we're missing from Puyo Quest. If there is even. Remember the Brat Flashlight Carbuncle shot off at the end of Yawn? My theory is that it was a potential that sent Arrow and Carby to the Fever World. I think Puyo's Sun is... I think Puyo Fever takes in between Sun and N, honestly. So like Puyo's Sun, and then after Puyo's Sun, you go to Puyo Fever with Amity and friends, and probably after Chronicle or so, that's Yawn. Of course, there's no real smooth transition between Chronicle and Yawn. N. That's what it's called, yeah. There's no real transition that you can go to from Chronicle to N. So, I hope they besides, I think probably the current era of Sega games probably takes in between, compiles Puyo's Sun and Puyo N. Because Arrow has been slowly changing into her Puyo N outfit as the series progressed. So, yeah, that's probably my theory. And I think she'll want to play the kazoo. Yeah, he could make for a pretty good Yura kazoo kid. Next page. I always thought that Ringo or Shukuma and Margot were not magic adept as the Madu era and Fever era cast. Similar to Rule and Rafine. That being said, I do believe that the Puyo, being magical objects themselves, energize their attacks of the ARS trio in Puyo 7, allowing them to do real damage to people like Errol, Shanzo, Igla, etc. Yeah, that's probably true. I just feel like Errol and Igla would get along so well, considering how snarky Errol can be, especially in the old games. I think Igla would just try to possess Errol again and make another Dark Errol. Maybe Igla should try possessing Doubleganger Errol. What world-shattering thing would come if Doubleganger Errol and Igla decided to collide together? I mean, like a dark Doubleganger Errol. I don't know. Besides, Igla made me need friends. It's unfortunate that a lot of people only got the game for the party / online aspect. I mean, sure, people ended up playing the story mode anyway. But to a newcomer, I understand that would seem awkward. I agree. As much as I love playing Puyo Tetris, no one person is good enough to want to play with me. But I want to play online and get destroyed. It sucks. Wow, you're seeming to be in the wrong position. Try finding people in the Puyo Discord or other people in the Puyo fandom to first. Particularly ones that are probably beginners or middle advanced people. That would be pretty good. I really want to play Puyo Quest so badly. Well, there's probably a few tutorials out there. I mean, on iOS you just switch the regions by making a new account. And on Android you gotta download a few apps. An app that allows you to do region-free stuff. I think there's probably a tutorial on Puyo Nexus. Yeah, I believe there's one. I want Drago Sartorius to hate O. I don't know how O would taste. Does it taste like a ball sack? Is he a gumball? Does O taste like a gumball? What does he taste like? I recently got into Puyo thanks to two friends of mine. Well, I can't get into everything right now. Oh my god, I need more Puyo. Translations are so hard to find. I can't read Japanese either. Well, if you look there's probably a few translation patches and a few translation videos out there. And translation text as well, so hopefully, so I can probably, figure out which one, you could probably get translations off of YouTube, probably off of Basement, and there's probably a few translation patches that Puyo Nexus has. So, you can really try to download them. I just realized that Amy's the only protag without a last name. I think Allie has no last name either. I think Earl and Ringo are the only two that have last names. I don't know how to feel anymore. I have a crush on T, but I also ship T x Ringo, but I kind of like Margot x Ringo. And now I kind of like Margot. Ringo is also my favorite, my favorite character. I'm so confused about my feelings. Hopefully you can get a hold of them. Someday. Hearing Elmo's English voice makes me want to feel wet, if you know what I mean. Squirt, squirt. I do not like how I got to this point, but I ship Emily and S so hard. Emily is the sweet little sister who loves, supports her intellect, space girl supports her intellect, space girlfriend with dad issues. I don't know. Tetra cruise ships are not really possible, since I don't think they'll ever return outside of Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, so... Yeah, I don't feel like those ships would be stable since most likely the Tetra crew would only appear in one game. Also, I feel like this ship is a knockoff of the Rafine x Amity ship, because S is a knockoff of Rafina. That's my honest opinion. I still like her, but... Well, comparing Rafina and S, they just seem so similar. At least in the English translation. I don't know about the Japanese one. I do not like Fel. She's like the Amy Rose to Sonic. If Amy was ever more loony, stalkerish, and even more protective, friendless, more of a mood swinger, no hammer, and took her trot reading hobby more seriously. Can see where you get that from. I like to think Mr. Cord is somehow responsible for the trans-dimensional teleportation, and probably was one that sealed Strange Cloak up in the book. I don't think a nice plot for cosplaying for Fever Free. Actually, I like to blame them for everything. Yeah, that thick thought when we can get away with anything just because teacher. I really wish Stig would interact with characters other than Amity more often again. It just feels like, all of his other relationships are dead in the water nowadays. Probably. I would like him to see Stig interact with all the characters more. I mean, he does seem like a character that could be interesting to expand upon. And we did see a little bit of expansion in Fever 2 and 15th. But I feel like ever since, 7, he's probably had not really too much relationships. First, Cloak's insane. I mean, he carries a book that possesses him any moment, and he knows it. Yeah, that's a little... Well, some people like to date sociopaths. Oh, I don't like how Puyo said Margot looks like Max from Total Drama Bad-Go Island. Makes me cringe. And Margot made me swoon. Not a Total Drama fan, but I can probably compare Ringo and Apple from Humanity and Sandy. I think I made fan art of it. I don't get how the censorship of Satan and Puyo, or anything else really. I like the Dark Prince as a nickname or a title, but I wouldn't be more beneficial for Christianity if you presented it as a joke, or that you can beat him up and believe and try hard enough. Yeah, I don't get it. Why do they have to censor the name? I guess they want to keep consistency with the English release of the first Puyo Puyo in arcades. So, yeah, but even then, I think that's not worth it anymore. So, I bet they should try to change his name back to Satan. Please, we kinda need to change our ownership. After consulting a few times here, I get why people go to confession booths in church, just on a similar scale, smaller scale. No indication of no guilt, sky person, everything you do without. So that makes me go, well, yeah, I can kind of see that. Yeah. Errol was cute, Ringo's cute, Emmy's cute, Fellows cute, Ringo was cute, Rafina's cute, Rule was cute, Witch is cute. A lot of characters are cute. Mainly the girls, but I think Sick is cute and Cloak is cute as well. But a lot of the characters are cute. There's only There's almost zero. There's like very few characters that I won't consider cute. I may or may not use the heart team for characters I like to ship. Like when I do 4 players, I put Mario and Ringo on the red heart team because they're so cute together to me anyway. Full disclosure, I'm completely certain that AI and Rishugama are about one accidental snoop bump from being romantic involved. While I'm unsure of their proper ages, I'm almost certain that within a few years of each other, unless told otherwise, we'll steam ahead for the ship. Seems okay ship, I suppose. Once again, some of the same problems, although we're shipping the character's original with its knockoff. Yeah, AI just seems like a knockoff of Rishigama. You know, that's the thing for all the Tetra crew. The Tetra crew feels like a bunch of knockoffs of a lot of other Puyo characters. Poor O can't talk. Yeah, the Carl Bungle ripoff can't talk, and that's very fucking sad. What? Sorry guys. Gonna continue soon. Gotta like pause. How do you pause in OBS? I'm so sorry everyone, that was just something I had to do. I had to convert the file back and then other stuff. Alright, let's continue. It physically hurts me that there are many Westerners who refuse to play Puyo Puyo on Puyo Puyo Tetris. Yeah, it's kind of a shame. Puyo Puyo is a really great puzzle game. Kind of like a fighting game, but more puzzle-like. It's a puzzle-like fighting game, and hopefully people can enjoy Puyo Puyo more as they get, you know, want to experiment with it. And I hope Puyo Puyo ends up being, people can play Puyo more often, because Puyo Puyo is actually a great puzzle game, but I already said that many times, so let's continue. The other day I found there's literally no Akuma art on Tumblr. There's about 30 results on him on Pixiv, and almost half of them are by the same person, who hasn't uploaded anything at all in years. It's among my top 10, so this makes me a tad sad. Yeah, Akuma's a really great character, and another underrated character. Yeah, it's kind of sad that he's sort of underrepresented. I just hope Sega just, you know, returns a lot of these characters. I'm holding the boxes of Puyo Puyo 15th and 20th for my DS in my hand right now, and there's something to nitpick here. 15th has an exclamation point after the logo, and 20th has too. But in the English text, right, it doesn't show them for both, so the full text should be Puyo Puyo. Puyo Puyo. Puyo Puyo 15th anniversary. And Puyo Puyo. Puyo Puyo 20th anniversary. Dang, little details. I want to see Strange Witch being a thing in Puyo Puyo. I even have an entire scenario worked out of the story. Admittedly, the game would be Puyo Puyo Fever 2 meets the Madu game, Tower of the Magician. Yeah. Still, that would be pretty cool to see strange forms of other characters, other than Klug. I mean, a lot of other characters could have a lot of them as well. There could be a Strange Six, Strange Witch, Strange Arrow, I think Strange Arrow probably already exists as Dark Arrow. But other strange forms of characters. Thanks to this piece of fan art and the group artwork we're on, I now ship Langris and Kikamura. That's kinda cute. After seeing Sig's story 15th anniversary, I feel like that Sig has a horror made up for him. The nearly entire female Puyo cast could be a reality, and it wouldn't be unusual. I mean, this kid's got rule to notice him and admire him. Honestly, if Sig could get rule of all people to take an interest in him, despite no notable age difference, then I'm willing to believe that he get any girl in the series. Yeah, Sig could get ultra laid, like he could fuck every single girl in the franchise. Probably except for a select few. I mean, Sig could get laid with all the girls in the franchise, except for a few. And my god, and that would make the boys so embarrassed, especially Glug. Since he's trying his best and Sig's just getting everyone by just saying hi and making them. I agree with wanting to see more series Puyo games from Sega. I also wanted to make a Manamorgari thing featuring both the old and the new characters, or another Puyo game with just the Maduera cast. Yeah, that would be interesting. Going off of Rishukuma's 20th anniversary storyline, and his actions of being a consultant/therapist said storyline, I feel like he could make some serious bank if he were to charge the cast, especially the Maduera Puyo cast, services. He could even charge Roll and Saints for extra, considering the vast fortunes they both own. And Rafina, too. She owns a lot of vast fortunes as well. I wonder what Shukuma would do with a lot of money. Probably a lot. I can pull off a fight team reliably, but I fear my skill as playing there. Don't worry. Hopefully, if you learn how to, transition, that would be your best thing to do. As transitioning is one of the hardest things to learn in the Puyo franchise. How Bird sounds like a dopey, off-duty, whole-time superhero cartoon heroine. Let me see. The city has been saved by the Townsville. That's my best How Bird impression, at least the English voice. Yeah, this is my interpretation of the Japanese voice. I could probably do a good How Bird impression one day. Especially since he's also one of the most underrated characters. Most of the non-human characters are probably the most underrated, and most of the human characters are probably some of the most overrated, with a few exceptions from each. Although I'll probably do a top 10 best and worst Puyo characters. Frankly, if you tell me more not to ship someone, I'll probably ship him more, or start shipping it if you're a jackass, meaning just ship it out of pure spite. Pretty much this lol. I want people to stop shipping Shanzo and Arrow. Yeah, that's where this pretty much comes from. Yeah, understandable. Bring back Arrow's brown hair, please. Orange is not a good color on her. Yeah, I do like both colors, but I don't know. Brown seems way more natural for her. I recently discovered Jane and Ellie's I Did It, No I Didn't lines now, and I like them a lot more. Yeah, they seem like the least knockoffy. Sure, they are a duo like Gil and Red, but they seem to argue and be a little bit more sassy than Gil and Red. And that's probably the lead, and that's why I think they're kind of my favorites of the Tetra crew. Probably outside of X, who also is one of my favorites. But Bowser and Sadie get along. When I think about this, I have so many points, both sides, that I can't come to a solid conclusion. If you were to recolor Satan's hair, too. If you were to recolor Satan's hair, cut his hair, clip off his wings, and maybe give him more muscle, you'll probably have a decent-looking humanoid Bowser. Not how I would envision him as a human, but serviceable. An attempt was made. Yeah, that could be decent. Maybe get Satan naked, maybe get him a little turtle shell. Maybe you can probably have the most accurate form of it. Of the Satan Bowser combo. Why do I love Lee? While I do love Limmer's English voice, I do feel like he would have been better suited for another character. I think Limmer's voice also voiced Sig in that game. I believe so, at least. I love the artwork of Fever 2. The solid colors hit more of the sweet spot, combined with the poses, making everyone look cooler and more adorable than after 7. I'm not saying it looks bad in later games, they look great too. I just appreciate the art style that looks great without shadows or lighting. Yeah, in fact, I like to take inspiration from my art from Fever 2. In fact, Fever 2 and 15th Anniversary are my favorite art styles in the series, and I would definitely love to see these art styles return one day. I also really like the 20th and 3D styles, but I don't know, they just don't have that same charm as 15th and Fever 2. I like to think Columns is a battle option in universe, but it just gets ignored as bad as it does in real life. Most likely all puzzle games come from separate universes, but eventually combine to just do shit. I don't get why people call Puyo addictive. I'm never satisfied by it, and I never have one more moment. Could it be because I'm terrible at it? I also don't know why Tetris is addicting, but when I snap out of my meditative state, I'm at line 1000. Time for thinking thought time. I'll take a thinking thought time to see a reason why. You're probably just terrible at it. Maybe if you could at least reliably pull off 5 chains, you could probably start to get more addicted. I think Natsugrave is adorable, especially in his voice of 15th anniversary. I can see why he was phased afterwards, but still. Yeah, he was way too much of a minor character to be in there. Besides, this is why I love the 15th and 7th casts. I definitely feel like 15th anniversary, Fever 2, 15th anniversary, and 7. Let me rephrase this. I think Fever 2, 15, 7, and Tetris have gotta be my favorite cast of Puyo characters. Just because they have so many unique and wonderful characters. Well, Lee's hairstyle is ugly and it's going to be more ashamed of than her horns, but she shouldn't. Sorry, Lily, for calling you ugly. No, please, don't cry. I'm sorry. Yeah, still. I think I just want Lily just to get over that fucking phase. Please. The horns look more beautiful on you than these weird fucking stump things. Please. All I want to do is see you have long hair and long horns. I mean, still, I think those would look way better on you. Besides, I think the long hair would fit better on her anyways. I think she should also kind of shorten her arm length. Maybe shorten, make it so that her hands are visible. I mean, we don't know anything about that, but still, she kind of looks a little ugly. She kind of looks a little ugly somehow. I mean, still, just remove the ball hair. Maybe make your hands show, and then you'll be fine. The Fever Girls are adorable. Lily is adorable, as always, but still, she could just, having long hair and showing horns would just probably make her a little bit more cuter. Sure, Amity and Rafina are way cuter, and I even consider Sig a little bit more cuter, but still, all the Fever kids are cute. Just get that ugly hairstyle out, Lilidine. Please, we don't need the ball hair. I want you to have long hair. Okay, I'm probably way too into this right now, and I probably piss up Fork Star a lot. I'm unsettled of Puyo's ability to transport you to another world, with a guarantee of returning. If I were a character in the universe discovering this, I would sell for fist cuffs after hopefully returning and advocate safer solutions for settling arguments. Or we could probably figure out why Puyo's are teleporting you and maybe figure out how to stop the teleporting? Maybe by blocking wormholes? Or something like that? I love Fanner of Wrangler and Marvel when they're as close as brother and sister. It's adorable. Yeah, I agree. They do see it. If they were brother and sister, they would work just as well as characters. I want the Dark Prince and Hero to act out the Castlevania Symphony of the Night. What's the man's speech? Oh yeah, there's also the vampire character. That would work just as well. Well, better. Here's how old I believe everyone is. Nah, their age is confirmed yet to be. Archon 7, you and Ray, 8 years old physically, 3 years old biologically. Komodo Dragon 9, Fanthony 10, Ocean Prince 11, Mandrake 12, Ryder Fell 13, Amity Sig Tetrio Chincho 14, Ringo Magro Rafine Klug 15th, Ali Resolve Jan 16, Lemurs Mashugama Kikimura 17, Water Element 17 physically, 100% biologically, Incubus Succubus 18 physically, 200, 300 biologically. On Moto 19, Demon Servant 20 physically, 140 biologically. On Sheriff 25 physically, 150 biologically. Miss Accord, mid 30s. Yeah, this seems kind of like an accurate list. I like the spectacle of what kind of name which would want for herself. My preference goes to the uncommon and forgotten such old names like Margaret, for foreign old names like Margaret, Margot, Margaret, Eleni, Quasira, Hinda, Alarga, English, or something playing like Lucy, Sabrina, Carol. But my favorite one is Brittany. She just seems like a Brittany to me. Yeah, Witch needs a name soon. I mean, we can refer to her as Witch, especially when we look at multiple witches. Like, then when we have multiple witches, and they're like, "Hey, witch," and then there's like millions of them, so don't know which one they're referring to. If they can't or don't even bother translating the games, I would like to really be faithful comic book adaptation from Mondo to compile Puyo, followed by Sega Puyo to give newcomers, for example, here's a way to get up to speed with the story, characters, and running gags. One problem might be making the Puyo battles work in comic form, though. 15th and 20th might be troublesome, too. A manga is eventually translated would suffice. Yeah, I bet they will just play Tetsu Fever Sun or other mainstream modes in the Puyo manga. I'll be down for Kirby showing up as Switch exclusive DLC for Puyo Puyo Tetris. To reason, it'll be cute to see him in there, and because Avalanche, let's go Trap. Yeah, I would definitely like to see Kirby in a Puyo game, along with King Dedede, Mennonite, and Bandana D. Possibly include other Dream Friends as well, but let's just see. Phil really turns me on. Yeah, a lot of Puyo girls turn me on. The saddest part about Puyo is not being dubbed in so long, is that Austria's god-tier Puyo Pop dub, there's probably won't come back if he ever gets dubbed in the game, ever again. Other than the cringy lines, I could see how his voice actor is good. I wish instead of changing all the Risu's lines in Puyo Puyo Tetris, they have swapped his first and last spells, and had the English voice actor say them. Keep it in French, Switch, I love you, and Atsaru. Really, the dub's biggest issue in general was the cutting of all the French, Latin, etc. voice lines. The worst mistake Sonic Team made in a Puyo game is enforcing the 24 character rule for the sake of a really bad pun. Also, Ocean Princess best Puyo. Yeah, I can see why he's one of the best. Also, seriously Sega, increase the cast already. There are too many characters in the franchise to keep it at 24. I mean, sure, you don't want to include too many characters, but I think 36 would suffice for a lot of characters. I remember one day I started shipping Draco and Switch for the hell of it, and someone early morning, ever since I stuck out to me like chocolate and peanut butter. I think other ships would work better, but I could see how this could work. Also, Draco's T-posing on, which, and that's gonna be pretty scary. Is it weird that, as cool as it is to be a bunch of different Puyo opinions, I usually come here to see a bunch of cool Puyo fan art? That's not weird at all. That's not weird at all. Besides, I like the fan art of Puyo Puyo. Especially on sites like Pixab and DeviantArt. They have some good material. I think you should go back to pun titles for the 8th main series. And we call Puyo Puyo a tea and make it a food related. It's too obvious not to. Yeah. I think it might be confirmed that O is a boy, but I always pretend that O is a girl anyway. O is most likely a boy. But anyway, why is O round? Isn't he supposed to be a square because he's based off the square Tetramino? The best Fever theme is still the original one. I haven't been listening to too many Fever themes. I think 15th Anniversaries was the best. Although Fever and Fever 2 still probably would make a second place or something. I agree with the previous confession that I would make a more serious take on Puyo Puyo, but I don't want all the fun to be sucked out of the story. There still needs to be a nice balance. If that never happens, I'll still a one-time return on Yawn's art style. I'd love to see how Sega characters would be interpreted. Yeah, besides, I think I like cartoony fun as much as the next person. I mean, Kirby strikes are. I mean, Puyo Puyo and Kirby just seem to have a lot in common in terms of themes. They go, I mean, sure, Kirby can certainly balance dark and layer elements way more better than Puyo Puyo, but I think we could probably have a Kirby-like balance of the game's mostly having very fun and lighthearted stuff, but occasionally having very dark and edgy stuff in it. No, edgy's probably not the right word. What word would that possibly be? I don't think edgy would be the correct word. Well, that's gonna be something else to think about. And also, I think most characters would look pretty plain as anime characters. I like a game focusing on the R and S trio separately because I want to see them interact, get along, fight, and have an adventure together. Not sure if Rashugama would survive his partners, though. Well, yeah, I think the RRS trio could be having, I think I have this idea for sort of a Sonic Heroes type of thing, where there's 3 campaigns. The A campaign, basically featuring Arrow, Amity, and Ringo. Ringo. And then there's one that features the SR trio, Rafine, Roll, and Rashugama. And there's one with the other trio, the S trio, like Sig, Shanzo, and Margaro Sakurai. I think that's his name. And then we could probably see like a Sonic Heroes style adventure. So they go through, like the trios go through their own adventures to figure out their own goals. Just imagine Sonic Heroes, but more of a, Sonic Heroes, but it's more like a puzzle game. You could even have character battles as well. Still, a Sonic Heroes styled, Puyo game could be really good. Probably Puyo Heroes. That would be fun. Are we ever gonna learn what the deal with Black Populo is? Or is just Fever 1 not canon anymore? I think it's still canon, but I don't think Black Populo I think Black Populo and Iccolo are somehow connected in some way. Probably Iccolo possessing Black Populo. Besides, I think something like that. I would love to see a Dr. Mario and Puyo Puyo crossover. Both games have similar color matching gameplay that could work well, but I also think that Dr. Mario could be used as some sort of personality for the Puyo Puyo games. That could possibly work. But first, I think we could probably see Smash Bros. Characters in there, see Arrow and stuff like in Smash Bros. To kind of establish a little bit of a relationship between Dr. Mario and Arrow. That's if Arrow and Dr. Mario are both in the next Smash Bros. Game. But even I have higher hopes for characters in Smash Bros. Doubling your Arrow X Arrow is a weird chip. Yes, because you're basically wanting two girls that are basically want them two characters that are basically the same person to fuck. It's like masturbating, only there's 2 people. Kind of. It hurts me deep inside when people think that Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine was the first Puyo game and Kirby's Avalanche was the second. Yeah, it kinda does hurt, but still. I think I like to think of them as Puyo Puyo 1.5 and Puyo Puyo 1.75, kind of. Well, Alice in Wonderland was a Puyo game. It makes too much sense. The protagonist's name starts with A. She meets the one character that after another, something Puyo Puyo happens. The scenarios would land itself perfectly in Puyo's humor. The king could be the pro boss, but Skeleton Sea's level is pathetic. The queen spells are demanding House to stop playing so well. Please consider it, Sega. If there's ever a joke bonus scenario played by Puyo characters, yeah, that could work. Although I would definitely like to see a more Kirby-like take. I would like to see what if Kirby was a Puyo game or something like that. I don't know what I was thinking with that. I got this game only for Tetris, and I'm feeling really attacked right now. Why is all the major Puyo characters to exist, which is always the last one to come to mind for me? And she's probably appeared the least most of the major Puyo characters. I mean, she hasn't been making reappearances since, like, 20th. Draco was in 7. A lot of characters appear. Sakadora, Satan Rule, Shanzo, and... yeah, Zoe, and if we can really count it, Zoe, and Nancy Gray have also appeared in 15th. So I guess they longer to relate to those than to the witch. Skeleton tease out something. It's kind of fun to see how far you can get without rotating. Something. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I mean, imagine a Puyo mode where it's basically no rotating. That would be hell to competitive Puyo players from both the Japanese sides and the American sides. Ringo Fax Manual. Faga. I don't know how to. Ringo's Fax maniacal laugh when she gets a 4-chain is cute. Yep. And this is the Time and Space Police. Basically, are you ready to die? Probably not yet. I'll do it at the end. I'm gonna be keeping this for later. I love it when T screams, "I can't be everywhere!" That would probably be cool. I always thought at first Jay was a girl. I'm terrible. Yeah, they seem like to have a brother or sister. They seem to have like both a sister-like relationship, even though one's a boy. It seems like Jay might be a bit flamboyant sometimes, or it's probably because he sounds so young. Anyone else remember when Arrow and Roll were actually best friends in Arrow's world? She always looked up so lonely to me, and that would perhaps explain her mild rudeness against the other creatures of the world. I'd love to have the next mini-series game has some kind of revolution where Roll realizes all the evil things Satan has done and remembers Arrow as good friends again. Yeah, we could probably see that work. Besides, I would love them to be friends again. I really want Carbuncle and the dancer from Just Dance 2017's Oshi Oshi that looks like a bootleg of him to fight, and not just in the Puyo battle way. Oh my god, this is one of the most best picture ever. Of all the versions of Fever I played, which are on the Dreamcast emulator, Dreamcast Popper, for some reason there's an option for English, and DS. I like the DS version most because sprite's not 3D models, and it feels like the characters play smoother because of it. It's the terrible voice clips are compressed, so my mind thinks me into thinking it's better than it is. Also, has 4 and 8 player modes. Don't pick 8 how's the Time and Space Police arrested me, disturbing the peace. Yeah, How Bird and Carbuncle are the best characters in the original Fever. I mean, Sig and How Bird are the best in Fever too. And you know, How Bird is also an extremely underrated character. But yep, that's good. Peace, 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 peace. I used to like to see Arrow a lot, but when I found out that in the Manowar card games, Arrow was like 5 and seeing was still an adult, it was like Altai. Yeah, that sounds like an Australian background like party thing. Like, hey boy, do you want to go to my Altai? We can have a Barbie there. I believe Succubus and Incubus are twins, but Succubus is the older twin and Incubus is the younger twin. Probably. I honestly just want the dub of a future Puyo game localization, if there is one, to have a reference to a certain other Rango, and Sogan of the Draco. That would be brilliant. I would name their children. What? Who would name their child Apple and Tuna? I wouldn't be surprised if Ringo and Margot got bullied just because of their names. I think their names are distinct enough not to get bullied. At least I hope so. Yeah. I can't believe Puyo Puyo Tetris is only rated E10 plus. You know what I'm talking about. Dun, 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 dun. I know there's a 0.05% chance of it happening, but I think it would be cool to see if Shanzo turned out to have a scar on his neck as he shot out the decapitation way. Like a Madamorgari too. Maybe even a Franken-Scar scar. It goes all the way around. Yeah, Shanzo is a zombie confirmed. Maybe. Draco's alt voice sounds so sweet and innocent. She could have a gun pointed directly at me, and I still wouldn't feel threatened. I do not like the new characters in the Puyo Chronicle game. I don't know why, I just don't. Okay, this is gonna be a long one. I gotta talk about why I don't like Allie, and I think I'm only who to the rest of. Allie, she's like a good character. She's like an okay character. At least not now. Seriously. Let me tell you why I hate her. First off, she's the 4th main character in a row. I mean, I can understand the 4th main character in a row if we're already done with Amity and Ringo's arcs, but their arcs are still going, and yet we're adding a 4th main character already? Next, her voice is annoying. I don't like her voice. She would be so adorable if she didn't have that annoying voice. She also seems like a huge pedophile. Like, even more than Shanzo and Satan combined. And I bet she one day will trick the cast into being in a sexual situation. Rasoff on the other hand, she just seems like a worse strange clone to me. I mean, both of these characters seem like a worse strange clone to me. Also, I think she was way too late in the game. I think, like, final dungeon late. Like, I mean, you do hear one line before her being revealed. But other than that, we don't get too much about her. Sure, there was probably like an optional collectible where we learn there's 2 backstory, like learning about something about them both. That would probably be cool. But I feel like both of them could have potential to grow as characters. I mean, Allie would only like grow a little bit, while I could see Rasov being grow a lot as a character. But yeah, this is only one of my main. This is probably why I don't like the character. Don't really like them that much. Okay, now that I finally got this out of the way, let's go. They really need to incorporate Black Sick into the next game storyline. Yeah, including all ults. Seriously, all ults kinda need to have their own storylines in future Puyo games. While I absolutely love the fun and goofy storylines most Puyo games have, I kinda want to see the series try one more serious storyline. Yeah, most people kinda want to try that. I mean, still, I don't know, if Sega could pull it off right, and not make it look like the Shadow the Hedgehog of the Puyo franchise. I mean, imagine Rengo holding a gun while saying, "Where's that damn 4 Puyo?" There's someone who needs to make that into me. Why weren't Serene and Puyo Tetris? She could have had a small part like Lily and had an extra 3 adventures at the end. Yeah. Nothing makes me more uncomfortable than Rango and Amity's old voices. I'll punch Inkolo in the face, but at the same time I want to kiss him. I don't know how you would kiss Dark Matter with a... I don't know if you want to kiss him. He would probably possess you otherwise. A feature that I would love to see return in characters having different animations for clearing Puyo. So the man's Puyo being flattened and Shanzo's Puyo being sliced. Yeah, that was always one of the cute little features of Yawn and Sun that I always really liked. the Puyo being having different kind of animations and stuff like that for different characters is kind of cute. Like a Puyo's son, yeah, that would be really, really fun to see return. I even like to see those crash like return. Like every time Zoe has a Puyo, puts down Puyo. Shanzo's actually really hot. Oh, so that's why everyone wants to fuck him. I wish Mashu Libra could make an appearance in a Puyo or Mario game. He would make for a great villain. Yeah, he kind of looks like a robot, actually. Like, imagine a Kirby playing a robot style storyline where, like, Libra probably mechanizes everything in the Madu Primp, Shuzan, and Ali's world. That would to the point, and Ali's world's been damaged to the point where Ali's world gets destroyed, and then he, while destroying it, like, let me explain. I think I'm going off track. So, like Libera could, like, mechanize the three worlds of Madu, Primp, and Shuzan while destroying Ali's world and threatening to destroy the other three worlds as well if he doesn't comply. They don't comply to his demands, so they have to fight him. Fight him? That would be a pretty awesome story. I once had a dream that a crossover between Puyo and Jet Set Radio happened. The main thing I can remember was that the JSR characters not getting to the point of the Puyo matches and just throwing the Puyo arrow on the others instead. Yeah, I would definitely love to see a Super Monkey Ball crossover with Puyo. Imagine the possibilities, man! Like, I run to, like, Puyo obstacles in a Super Monkey Ball stage. Like, like, arrow, like, then I rolls around and they tell you, Puyo up here! And then, I'm upset that Mini Pixie wasn't playable in the recent Puyo games. I'm not too upset, because in the end, he's still a pretty useless character. He can't really talk. I'm sure he's better than Danru, who is probably one of the worst Puyo characters in existence. But even then, Mini Pixie has a little bit more depth, but still, I don't want to see him playable too much. The playable Tetris stuff is bad because Rashugama doesn't shout that he loves everyone out anymore. It just went off. Shanzo has the best voice in the Puyo Tetris stuff, hands down. Happy birthday to my special boy Sig. What a good boy I am blessed by this day. I'm blessing. The best day that's ever happened in my life. My ray is shining. My Kingdom Sky baby boy. Please stay my son boy. I love you with all my heart. Maybe his birthday's full of moon bugs. Yeah, I'm blessed by Sig's birthday as well. Only 6 more days to his birthday, boys. 6 more days. I think I'm the only one who shits Mario and Fell. You probably are. One day I hope mod Chef Ramsay into a Puyo game. I already know his last spell would be lamb sauce. Hopefully you can look up Puyo versus tutorials to add a mod. And I think he's probably already in the game as a moddable character. Probably. I noticed while pressing F3 while writing fanfic, double ganger arrow is Periot. Periot is a Harlequin. A Harlequin. I was hoping that was intentional. Quick question about your fic. Does the place use after a particular game? Place after time. Skin. This is trash. Trash. I have the biggest crush on Draco. I swear I'm super gay for her. I don't know what's the gay. I don't know. What do lesbians see in girls that makes them hot? The same thing that boys do. I actually find Amity very pretty. Not ironically either. She's a generally beautiful girl. Yeah, a lot of the girls in the Puyo franchise look. Well, a lot of the boys and girls in the Puyo franchise look beautiful. They kind of look like role models. My God, I really want to look like Sig one day though. It's just me. Is it just me, or does X look like Sora from the Kingdom Hearts? Hopefully I'm not alone on this. Yeah, they kind of look a little similar. I wasn't expecting Puyo Tetris to be a character-driven single-player story adventure about screaming, but here we are. Da-da! Yeah, y'all remember that time where Errol decapitated Shanzo's head in Mamorgari 2? Like, what the fuck? I want the Savage Errol back more than ever now. The first Puyo Puyo game I played is Puyo Puyo Tetris, where I got interest in the series from. But I feel odd about playing the older games because I feel like the English dubs so much. Yeah, I played Puyo Puyo Fever on a Game Boy Advance emulator when I heard Puyo Puyo Tetris was a thing, and I was like, you know, I want to play Puyo before I get Puyo Tetris. So I gone to Game Oldies, decided to look up Puyo Puyo, and found Puyo Puyo Fever on Game Boy Advance there. Played it, and it looks pretty good. And I was sucked at Puyo back then. I still kind of suck now, but not as much. I feel like Jay and Ellie are underrated. Yeah, they probably are. I like Rule's outfit most in the newer games, but my favorite was always be the white dress she had in the first 3 Puyo games. Huh, that should probably return. Quilk's voice was a huge mistake. Maybe. I enjoy Puyo Puyo Tetris a lot, but they already had DLC though. Chapters for the last gen. I hope the Switch version has DLC though. Extra characters. Wait, I think Heartbeat, Kekamorna, and possibly Manaduke. Yeah, Manaduke, I think. I want to return the Mao only characters for Puyo Puyo at least one game. Or at least a non-stylized art style. Additionally, I don't care for much for Tetris and 7 characters. Possible. Not too long ago, I had a dream that Mario and Shugama were brothers, and pretending they were brothers ever since. Teehee, brother. For some reason, I really love Icolo. He's quite a quirky character, him with many tricks up his sleeve. He seems like I think Icolo might own a prank channel. Okay, I'm bored. I feel like asking a question. The 24 character element in mind, which Puyo characters would you think should be like in the next game or be removed? My opinion is, and don't hate me for it. Remove. Yeah, that would be something to remove. Bring back Sunshine. Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. Okay, listen. Puyo Tetris is my first Puyo game, and after this I hope many games get localized because I'm in love. Get every dang character in the game except for Icolo for being so hard to beat. We have the first 3 letters capitalized with the last one uncapitalized. That's OCD worrying! Oh my god. And it's perfect. While I do think Puyo Tetris English dub does have its flaws, I believe it captured the character's personality from a Fever 1 dub. I mean, yes, I didn't. That Fever 1 had well, but it was only awful for a few characters, mainly Rafina, Core, Yu. But with Puyo Tetris dub, I feel like the voice actors do fit with everyone's personalities, and I feel like, honestly, yeah, while yes, I do think the Puyo Tetris voice cast is awesome, I still do have a charm for Fever 1's dub, especially for the characters that didn't appear in Tetris. Usher Bones, Halberd, etc. In Puyo Puyo Tetris, I was new to the Puyo side, simply sampling me machine strap. I said tutorials, level 99, blah blah blah, he's like Clog, and why won't I end it myself? Great, chain really high, no screaming, why won't I end it myself, and only end it because I made a mistake actually trying the combo. And 2, seems like Emily talks like her drink was spiked. Yeah, I think so as well! Maybe it's probably me, but every time I hear Lumber say cream pies, I feel weird. Did you come inside? everyone in the dub sounds pretty solid. My only concern is that certain voice actors could have sounded younger, but the acting for them is all good. And you won't hear this every day, but I thought that Klug and Sig were the highlights. They were just the need to sound younger. Yeah, I think they could use a little younger voice actors. They were good. I just started playing Puyo Tetris and Coach Boy sounds like Stingy from Lazy Town. You know, maybe I feel like Rafine would be a better Stingy. Like, female Stingy? I really want AI. Crack confession. As a puppy? Maybe you could keep him as a doggo? I'll replace Ashur with S in Puyo vs. 2. Could see why people like him. I think Ben Lumpney, Shanzo's English voice actor, deserves for singing all Shanzo's "That Came Wrong" lines in a serious tone on the voice without laughing. Possible. Some people don't find that funny anyways. I have mixed opinions about the Tetris stuff, but I admit that they nailed Shanzo's character. His Primtown act was top-notch translation. I can't tell if unusual Echo is a boy or a girl. Boy! I love everyone's English voice, but Surfer Do Lumbers makes me happy every time I hear him. And this picture is what Phil probably thinking right now. When I do ship Sig and Arrow, I do sometimes ship Sig with other characters. They put him his own little harem. I ship him with Arrow, Amity, Ringo, Rafina, and Ryder. Well, that seems pretty good. I think Sig could be in his own little harem. In fact, I think one day maybe we could have a Puyo story where Sig accidentally drinks something, like maybe Ali's cum juice or something like that, that basically makes everyone attracted to him, and Sig's gotta find a way to stop the curse before he gets laid too much or something like that. I honestly don't mind Klug's English voice. I don't really care for it at first, but soon it's got more of a "it's so bad it's good" sort of thing. And I love it because of that. I really love when Annie's belly shows what she's jumping or raising her arms in her outfits on the first 2 games. I find it really adorable whenever she turns her, possibly a little creepy, but okay. I once playing as Jay and Ellie in the demo, then I set the CPU characters. Ellie already ensued. I'd honestly pay for someone to make a crossover fan game and other various RPGs such as ARPG series in a way that gets people more into Puyo. I think a Kirby x Puyo Bow crossover would be the best thing ever. Also, I thought this said tax-free version. I'm an idiot. I don't like Icolo. I wonder, did he possess you? You must feel a little bit spitey if he possessed you. I'm glad Errol didn't have her creepy Puyo Puyo Fever voice in Puyo Puyo Tetris. Yeah, that voice was a little creepy. As much as I like Puyo Puyo characters, I feel like not playing Kirby and Puyo Puyo Tetris on Switch was a missed opportunity. It was already a missed opportunity on the Wii U and 3DS versions, especially on the 3DS because same year Puyo Puyo Tetris was released, Kirby Triple Deluxe was released. Same thing with Player Robot, and now it was not released with Kirby in it, even though Player Robot was also released. I hope there's an equivalent of Kirby Star Allies on there, or if it's gonna be like Superstar Ultra and I have to wait a year to get the next one. Although I still think the European dates were still accurate. Which is one of my all-time favorites, although I don't get why people adore her so much. Yeah, some people get way too crazily addicted. Fork Scar, Nostalgia Ninja, Zelos. Yeah, sure, I do love Sig. But I wouldn't take him as far as some people have. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one who ships T-Ring. All the other brands with Ringo are cute, but I guess you could say that I got attached to the ones after the Apple Puyo Tetris happened. Yeah, but I feel like Ringo would rather date Margot. Is it just me, or Margot's English always sounds soothing? I look at all these debates, and on whatever it's Satan or Dark Prince, people argue with what should be. Meanwhile, I have a headcanon. Both names for me are valid. I like to call him Satan, the Dark Prince. Hoot hoot. I used to ship Sig X-Arrow, but now it feels lackluster. I agree. Other than being blue, they don't really have too much in common. Sure. Arrow and Sig could be good friends, but I don't think they have enough relationship to have too much interactions that suggest that they are in love with each other. Amity and Sig probably Amity and Sig, I do support that ship, and the reason I do really support that ship is because Amity and Sig have interacted a lot with each other and seem to look like they have romantic interest. Yeah. It really hurts seeing Clunk and all his new English voices get all this hate. Both old and new fans especially despise him, and I feel going admiring how fun his character is in Puyo Tetris. Also, is it just me, or... I have to look for it. Hate pics of... what can I get from the galleries? Oh yeah, or does this outfit remind me of Knuckle Joe from Kirby Superstar? Probably does. I find Strange Clug good looking. Yeah, he looks good. A little exaggerated, but still good. When I play with 4 players on Puyo Tetris, I don't set all the players to the same character, or else. Boop, 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 boop. I love Sig. I want to kiss him. He's a cute boy. Yes, agree. 100% agree. 100% agree. Sig's salad is my own favorite bra top. I get super angry every time someone calls a character a joke character. He's not, and it's all Sega's fault for dumbing down his character traits ever since 15th. I find it super sweet how Rashukuma is affected by a love potion, the Japanese version, and makes me so hopelessly in love. I admire how cool and amazing Margot on him in Puyo Tetris. I apologize straight away. Good. My god, how many pages are we in? I actually kindership Sig X-Arrow. You mean you want to put him in a Kinder Egg? That's odd. Am I awful for thinking that the Tetris characters in Puyo Tetris should have Russian accents? Tetris is made in Russia, come on. I bet they couldn't find any Russian voice actors. And if they tried to make the English voice actors attempt them, it would probably go something like mine. Putty Wooty, this is my Russian accent. Does that seem pretty goddamn racist? Auntie. Pug's English voice actor in Tetris reminds me of Marvin from Dexter's Laboratory. Haven't watched that show in a while. Probably having some worries. I wish a lot of recent Puyo games didn't pull the Deus Ex Machinas all the time. They're good up to the point where there's a lot of unexplored potential in my good up to that point, but there's a lot of unexplored potential in my opinion. I have a crush on T and I can't help it. Sure Bones isn't in Puyo Tetris. Time to riot! Da 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 da! I really like both Sakadora's voice in both English and Japanese. Fella's English voice actor doesn't fit her character or her age. She sounds like a bored teenager who would rather be somewhere anywhere else. And that for some reason I love it. It's so bad it's hilarious. Yeah, she does seem like she could be in, she kind of seems like the Shadow the Hedgehog of the franchise. She's kind of the Shadow the Hedgehog of the franchise. Am I the one who just loves Clug's voice? Come on, it's great. It's cool. As a person who hates when the one-sided characters get all the love, all the love, I quite have a distaste for Clug and Sakadora. And I can completely understand Sakadora, but Clug is not really one-sided. I mean, he wasn't one-sided in Fever 2. That's from what I know. But he's one-sided in the rest of the games, though. That upsets me. For the longest time, I thought that Fell's drowsing rods were really stylized gum. To this day, I'm not sure Brain made the connection in the first place. But they're right angles. Any right angle could be a gun. I have an odd fascination with the Puyo Guide and Puyo Wars. Yeah, that game has its own original cast, its own original characters, its own original lore. You know, I would like to see the guiding characters one day make an appearance in a game, in a Puyo game. Possibly their own Puyo game with their own characters, or just meeting up with the Fever 7 and Alley and Book World cast.
What? Where all the offshore extra-cord confessions come from?
I better start hoping the ship gets more traction because of this. Yeah, they're I think probably someone's previous lover. I guess offshore and Accord have been boyfriend, girlfriend for BFGF for a long time. Carbuncle could kill me and I would say thanks. Thank you! I hope someday that there could be more canon interaction between Strange Glug and Sig. The war between the two provide enough plot for a potential Puyo Fever 3. I can dream, can't I? Yeah, I want to see a Puyo Fever 3 where the main focus is on Sig and his interactions with Strange Glug and throughout the world as well. That'll be a very great Sig story, you know. Besides, I hope one day his interactions get more love. I feel like there's a few that appreciate the Fever kids. Glug, and by extension Trico, get the worst end of it. Yeah, a few. Yeah, there's many appreciators, but I feel like Glug appreciators are very little. I mean, I can only think of one Rider and one Lilithine and one Strange and one Glug appreciator. The rest characters have, at least I can find a few appreciators. At least within the Japanese and English mind. Yay! Every time I see the face S makes when she loses, I want to hug her. She's so sad and it breaks me that her words are simple. One more time. I mean, she looks like she wants to beat the shit out of someone when she said it in her losing pose. She's like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you! Yeah, idiot! I've been shouting at my Puyo friends to get their shipping game and their ship offshore X-Core. The fact that's one spicy AF ship. I feel like Accord and Lumbers would be amazing friends. I think they are amazing friends, actually. I think they interacted in Fever 2. I think, like, Lumbers got some of the stuff for Accord, and the students had to, like, retrieve it. Because of Rule and Ashur having a friendship with 15, I imagine Ashur would invite Rule to watch some romantic films. Or possibly pornos. And he would even drag Accord into it. You know, maybe they could also watch pornos as well. That would seem pretty interesting. It's funny to see how I's English name is AI. I can't help but to die of happiness inside. AI sounds like a robot name. AI the robot. Robit. AI the robot. Well, I may find them lackluster. I personally enjoyed the SNES version of the original Puyo and Tetsuo soundtracks. And you know, at least Tetsuo has the English patch. At least Tetsuo SNES has the English patch. We can finally read it all. As a stag I am over Puyo to just come to the west. I can't also help but to make me anxious of what it will do, how it will do. Well, it's successful now. And now that it's successful, we can finally see Puyo come to the west once again. Before then, dying once again. And we having to wait 13 years again. But hey, at least at least we are now still in region-free gaming again. Because of the Switch. Thank you, Nintendo Switch, for allowing for region-free gameplay. I don't mind Alexandra being a popular ship. Nor do I have anything against people that like it or them or liking it in general, but I sometimes can't help but feel alone and not caring for it. Yeah, why would a 180-year-old just want to date a 16-year-old? I know, Sean, it's still made shoulder rubber to the point where they make him uncomfortable. Probably an accident, most likely. I hate how Sega always comes up with the same roster for new games. Don't they know that people may be fed up with the constant view of one and the same? Yeah, I think the casts are a little bland. I hope one day they could probably make an all-new cast of characters. Probably make like a more different and unique cast of characters. Which is why I definitely love the 15th and Tetris casts. Because they're completely different. The 15th, 7, and Tetris casts. Because they're so different from the others. But so I think Puyo Fever 2 might have the definitive cast. Or, I'll just say this. Fever 2, 15th, and 7 have the definitive cast. Puyo Tetris probably comes second place with casting. In my view, Usher X numbers is disgusting. I wish Usher never died and lost his lover in the first place sometimes. Yeah, Usher needs his lover back. We need to figure that mystery out. Secret agents, go! Oh yeah, insulting. Of course we need to insult them. I always wonder why Lemmer switched from Broom to Mon. Witch probably stole it. Hashtag witch crime. As someone who is new to Puyo Puyo, it makes me depressed that we never get a translation of the new Puyo games. I have a soft spot for Puyo Puyo, and despite its many problems for it, yeah, I have a soft spot for it as well. It probably has one of the best stories in the franchise, and I do like how all the characters are mature adults. I'm guilty of writing Aerolexic fanfiction in private. But the Logic Police are after you. I hope that they bring some of the older characters in Puyo Chronicle. Well, they did bring back Heartbeat, Siri, and Langris. That's probably good. Is that good enough for you, or do you want to go even more obscure? But even then, I'm thankful that Heartbeat, Siri, and Langris returned. I wish Frankenstein's got some more attention. Everyone liked Logan, Ryder, and Amity, and I just find it a little unfair, Yeah, but they don't have as much interesting depth or interesting story as even How How Bird. Even How How Bird seems to have way more depth than these two. I just wish some of these characters got more depth. I'd like to see Ocean Prince and Diorgano team up in a future Puyo game or something like that. I would also want to see something like a core team with Ashore or Tatranu. I know this may sound weird, but I ship a Cortex Ashore. It's a joke between me and a friend. The only problem I have is Puyo Fever. It just makes me feel guilty because I don't know anything about the characters outside that game. Probably. Honestly, not a big fan of Arrow, Amity, and Ringo as a trio. I don't think they have much interest in or fun dynamic, unlike the original ARS trio. Yeah, they don't connect well. I want Satan to literally never be not wearing his sun outfit. Yeah, everyone should wear summer outfits from now on. That should be a new law. I'm going to be honest, and I have a huge crush on Oscar Bones. Dang, someone wanna have sex with a skeleton? Whenever I think of Piccolo 20th anniversary, I can't help but to think of his alternate voice would fit perfectly how he looked back in 7. Also, I kind of prefer his 7 design over his future designs. I don't know, Piccolo looking way more taller, like Slender Man or something like that, and also being purely black is probably one of his most. That's makes it his better appearance. Those look way more creepier and way more like evil back then in 7. I want Lemur to get better fashion sense, to get rid of those pant shoes, whatever they are. I think that's more of an artist mistake than pant shoes. Do pant shoes even exist? Would they feel comfortable to wear? No, is the entire reason I bothered to play any Puyo game. I'm still disappointed as he's been rarely been in any game since. Yeah, I really want Zoe to return. Zoe was probably one of the most underrated characters in existence in the Puyo franchise. I've been planning to make a Puyo fan comic, and one of the first things I thought in my dark ideas I want Piccolo in order to bring characters from the Madu versus the Primtown and wreak havoc. I'll totally be down for an honest trailer as a Puyo. Something like that. That would be cool. I'm still better than Language was in Puyo 7. The inclusion of the transformation playstyles was the perfect opportunity to bring them back. Yeah, Chronicles bring them back though. Still no transformation. Also, I want transformation to return. Or at least the adult and child forms. Like, if we play for example, if we play Mega Puyo, we gotta have the adult versions of the characters. The 3D models might have be the perfect opportunity to reuse the models, to make them bigger or smaller, to make them like that, so we can have transformation, or at the very least the adult and child forms return, because those were some of my favorite parts of 7, and I wish they could just return it. It's still strange that Chocopon has not made it into Puyo Quest. Yeah, I agree. Literally almost every single character has made it a quest except for him. Legit every single current Puyo character that exists. Even some of the most obscure ones outside of the Madu character. And he's the only non-Madu Monogatari exclusive character to make it into Quest. Seriously, we need to bring this guy to Quest immediately. We could even have it all where we could actually see his face. It could kill everyone if we saw his face. One of my friends has no-ho-ho as husbando. Yeah, hashtag frog fucking. What Puyo equivalent of Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 would be? I think Puyo Fever 1 and 2. I think so. Shanzo's been the main character, and that's why I played the 10-hour Magician before any other Monogatari game. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, Shanzo! I always want Sega would add Eggman as a new Puyo in a Puyo game, so I could just hear him say things like, "Get a load of this," or "The more the merrier" when he gets changed. I think there's mods of Eggman. I believe so. I'll really get the easy. I love Rishugama, and I want to cuddle him and kiss him and just easy. But still, he could secretly be a pedo in a bear suit. Or at least that's one of my headcanons, that he's secretly a creepo and just wants and to make him. I think I have this headcanon where Shugma was really a rapist, and he realized it was wrong later on, and then Shugma had to hide his identity for the rest of his life, so that he can escape his rapist past. And now he's stuck inside there because he's just afraid to show his face, and if he dared to reveal it to Murro or Ringo, and they may remember the time where they were created, oh boy, that would have been a horrible sight for them to see. I know it's never going to happen, but I really want Jan to become a playable character, a new non-spoiler quest character. Her quest appearance was a pleasant surprise, though. Yeah. I never found the Frankenstein to be annoying at all. Yeah, also Hal Albert's not annoying. In fact, he's great. I like to picture Earl being a protagonist of Meat Bean Machine, and imagine what kinds of responses she would have for the different opponents in that game. What about Avalanche? What if she appeared in Avalanche? Would she question the weird designs? I really wanted Sega to expand on Strange Hulk's story, or even give him a role in the story. No more cameos! I'll do anything for a Sega to make a new Puyo game. That is not a mobile device. What was once my favorite series has degraded to a mobile franchise, the worst kind. Yeah, Puyo Chronicles and Puyo Chronicles now exist, so we can at least confirm that Puyo Puyo is not necessarily a mobile franchise now. I really want to see Sega and Prince Salad team up again like a Fever 2. I agree. I want to see a game focusing on the SSS trio at some point. Yes, once again, the Puyo Heroes idea comes back. But who would be that fourth group? Like, who would be the equivalent to Team Chaotix in that game? In a Puyo Puyo Heroes? I feel that Maramo should make a non-Puyo Quest comeback. Yeah, he is pretty fluffy. I don't know if everyone would want to hug him, though. I love Arrow Ninja. I love his fever, and I honestly don't like her English voice at all. I don't think it suits her personality. Yeah, the original Fever dub didn't really put her personality to her best ability. Greetings, I have a little confession that I like to spell out. I have an old love for Arrow Exig, yeah, another one that's off the chest. Some time ago, someone sent me that Puyo Puyo fandom was great, and at the same time, someone said they can't accept opinions. And I think that this fandom is very bad at accepting opinions or likings. I feel like I hate it already because it makes me sad because it's one of my favorite games. Yeah, the Puyo community doesn't like to accept opinions. Not at all. I like Project Mika DX Puyo game, but you can dress Mika as Arrow and she even done Jane combos while wearing a said costume. I'll focus on enjoying the game and then stamp me on playing with others. Everyone loves Klug or Obscure Bones, but I can't stand them. Klug, maybe one day I could probably understand, but I don't quite. As for sure, I could see why his chain voices could be annoying to some people. I always wanted to simply hug Klug and tell him that he'll be alright. I know he's a jerk most of the time, but I feel like he acts like that he's from experiences. I hate how someone wish I could by somebody in Prince for Buddy once. I'm sick of it. Klug should fight back. Maybe kick everyone in the vagina or nuts to get revenge. That would be funny to see everyone kick everyone in the privates. Is it so bad that my favorite characters are Shugama? I've only seen another guy over there in the forums and Tumblr that loves him. And I do. And in fact, a lot of people hate him. Really, people hate him? I never really seen anyone in the fandom hate him. I want Puyo Anime featuring distinct characters for both the Mahanu and Fever worlds. That could work. I'm not the only one who wants to see that only a few more bits of Ashore Bones past told / hinted because I want that to not tell us the whole story about the characters. I shipped Shanzo X Arrow and I wish it was canon. The answer is yeah, fandom team. To be honest, I wish Sega listened to the fandom for ships. More hints at ships. Yeah, this is where I got the hint for ships. Some more Harlem, like that. My old friends and present friends' favorite character is you. The several Puyo petition cried against being in and out characters, and the music seemed like it was going to be the finale of the series. Look at this, where we know more Puyo. There is more Puyo. There's a lot more Puyo. 2 years ago, I had a big crush on Cloak. I think the reason was because he had traits I needed, and it's really embarrassing now. I'm surprised by the amount of fan art I see of Puyo, since it's a really small fandom. Well, at least in the English community, at least. I think it's way bigger in the Japanese community. I love the Henshin / transformation role Puyo 7. I really wanted to see return in future games. Me too! Or at the very least, have the adult portraits and the child portraits in the mega and mini modes. Like, when you transform, like when we do big Puyo mode, you see them transform into their adult forms, and when you see them in mini mode, they transform into their mini forms. Also, what the fuck happened to Carbuncle? Is it bad that I really want to see Dark Arrow in future games? No. In fact, I think Dark Arrow and Double could probably team up one day. Sometimes when I have a bad day, the only thing I can calm me down is a good Puyo game. Honestly, Megaton Punch is my fave. Honestly, the Kirby sub-game Megaton Punch, Crackety Hacker, whatever those button games, always make me satisfied. My feet is fun to draw, but I simply cannot like her because of how she acts towards others. Yeah, she does seem like a pretty good prostitute thought. That probably dismisses everyone. I just really want to see another Puyo Pop game again. I got the Vita because I heard of its Puyo vs. Tetris game, and now I hear it won't even get an English release? Ugh, it did get an English release. Okay, I hope you're happy. I always go to a Puyo game whenever I'm bored. I feel like Amy is the weakest out of the trio character personality wise. I ship Cloak and Xero and I don't know why. Yeah. I think Cloak Xero are on date. Probably could work. What do you think? The one-winged angle and very child version fits Strange Cloak very well, and the song reminds me of an evil but powerful soul which he is. Even though most public game characters aren't known for their character development, I think Shanzo has an interesting character development. He's gone from an ordinary magic student to a villain, and as of now, an anti-hero. Yeah, Shanzo's probably one of my favorites because of that. He has one of the most interesting arcs in the series. I don't think Puyo 7 is as bad as everyone says. Why do people consider Puyo 7 being good of a popular opinion? Seriously, the majority of the fandom thinks it's good. I just think Puyo 7 gameplay could have been expanded. I feel calmer for having Strange Cloak as my husband. Probably. I only really play as Errol in Fever because of her simple drop set. I really want to play the other characters, but I can't use their drop sets. I think there's a way to disable drop sets. I actually like the non-stop Fever rule set from the anniversary games. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I think Big Bang is also really cool as well. When I first played Puyo Fever, I was confused about Cloak's gender. The voice actor that puzzled me. I love Sig so much I don't even think anyone understands how much I do. Much though, I would break my legs for him and do fucking anything. I would kill myself for that child. Me too! My opinion, Chocobon is the best character. I would definitely like to see more Puyo games. Yeah, that could work. I get really disappointed with the Puyo series and the fandom because with a lot of great, neat, non-human characters, people only pay attention to the handful of the human or very human-like characters. It gets boring after a while. I agree tenfold. I superstar ultra agree. Seriously. A lot of the most underrated characters have been non-human ones, and some of the most overrated ones, human characters. Seriously. One day when I make my top 10 favorite and top 10 least favorite Puyo characters, I'll explain everything. And everything! I'd like to see a Puyo comic book someday. Of course, I said that about a lot of properties. Puyo helped me learn how to count in Japanese. Pair Puyo helped me learn how to count to 20, and I'm able to go from there. One day if I take Japanese, I need to learn. I really like Nazu Puyo games. Mostly rules knocks. The most I want to see in at least a sub-game like that. I bought Puyo Fever because the box set is from the makers of Sonic the Hedgehog on the corner. Well, at least that worked for someone. At least I didn't... Maybe next year I will see a Puyo. Oh yeah, that crossover. That would be a horrible crossover. We need a Super Monkey Ball X Puyo crossover instead. I really want to have Nishanzo in the time period between Madame Morigari S and Madame Morigari 2. Maybe he got rich. Maybe he got rich and had some bitches. I just got into Puyo and I could barely understand half of the story stuff I'm reading about. I honestly am very proud of myself because I got a group of my friends to play Puyo. Now they want to play it. Hooray! I wish I could interact more with the Ringo in the future because it's 110% obvious that he's a thing for her. Also, crossover fan art. My biggest wish is for a Puyo RPG, and I mean an actual RPG like Madame Morigari, but with all the new characters and even the old. I'm horrible at Puyo Puyo, but I really want to get into it, specifically because Amity is the cutest girl ever. She deserves hugs. I really dislike Puyo Puyo quest signs I do freemium games in general. How much profits? Take off of it because it worries me that Sega will stop caring about the full retail Puyo games. Well, they've not necessarily stopped, but I did see sort of a decline of how much you're making. Or at least that's what it feels like. On one hand, I'm going to play Puyo. It's probably why I failed in the West as it is. Some people love the games. The other hand, it frustrates me that so many games. Yeah, I agree. Like all those games are actual Puyo games, so they don't know the characters. Yeah, I agree. Well, yeah, I agree. Besides, yes, I do love the Kirby reskin, and that I do love Kirby's Avalanche, Dream Force, Superstar, and Kirby's Dream Land 3. I still feel like they should have just put up pure localization, or at least an option between the two modes. Also, I really love Kirby's Dream Force, Superstar, and Dreamland 3. Just to tell you. I really wish Unusual Echo wasn't in 20th anniversary. I like his normal form a lot, but most people seem to prefer drawing his unusual form. Normal does appear in fan art, but his background is his unusual form, hugging in front of the image. Honestly, I think that people draw him because his 20th and further design was ugly. Seriously, we need his 7 design back. But hopefully you'll start to get used to him. Hopefully. I want Poppigo to be playable along with Satan, Strange Cloak, and Niccolo in the next game. I'm gonna see their antagonist reaction to each other. That'd be cool. I wish fanworks didn't all focus on so much of Arrow and the other Madu characters. I think I prefer the Fever cast to the Madu cast, and my favorite particular Ashura is never in anything. I'm not even in that great Puyo, but the games make me happier because the games block to what I call my main fandom. I'm frustrated that second-hand copies of Puyo footages are still pretty much the same price as the new ones. Hopefully those prices decrease for the 7th gen versions as the new versions are replacing it. Also, this is probably one of the most funniest Puyo fan arts I've ever seen because I just put Mega Man X6. I always carry a book around like Klug. I carry my iPad around like Klug. Well, I carry around something like Klug, but it's my iPad. Yes, autistical is my time. I originally got Puyo Fever on the PSP, and I was in Berlin. I was a kid when the first hour of. It kind of saddens me that a lot of the follow-up games aren't released outside Japan. Hopefully they do. Hopefully. Also, it's very weird how the Puyo characters have like 2 toes. And that creeps me out. I have a surf poem crush on Prince Ali. Look at him, he's too cute for words. Yeah. Someone needs to protect him. Mo protects him, but I don't think he does it well. All one fell out of the picture. Battlelanders would be so inspired with anyone but her. Except for Lemmers. Battlelanders is afraid that Lemmers is gonna kill him, but even though Lemmers is secretly friendly. Come on, Battlelanders! Just go to near Lemmers and just hug him. Or try to attack him. Or something. It says me how Oh, I'm the only one in my group of my friends who knows about this game. Yeah. Also, I really like these recreations. Good. I couldn't help but smile when I saw Shanzo with blush strikes in Puyo Tetris. Our Dark Wizard has a spot off after all. Offshore Bones is one of my favorite characters in the entire saga. I'm mad that he hasn't been in the latest releases. I mean, such a great character and I really want him to more about the past and where he's alive. Minecraft needs to be in another Puyo Puyo game. Somebody in Puyo Puyo Quest is enough. Chronicle has your answer. I like Rafina. Oh wait. What is this? Rafine? It's Rafina! Yeah, idiot. That's right. My favorite Puyo Puyo character is and has been and continues to be Draco. Why doesn't love this Kung Fu dragon chick? For some reason, I just can't imagine playing Puyo Puyo characters speaking in English. Yeah, you just kind of get used to the Japanese after a while, to the point where it just feels odd when it's English. I find it really funny that I like Sig, like husbandu status, and we're all about the same age. Me too, I love Sig, and we're around the same age. I love Sig, and me and Sig are around the same age as well. Shannon languages is like my bra top. I just don't understand why there's a lot of people that see Margaret and SM relationships. It's just wrong in many ways. OCC plus an unhealthy relation. For some reason, I think Amado is homosexual and probably has feelings for Prince Holiday. I think probably Prince Holiday is a minor and he's a major. So, I don't think that would probably go well for dating. As much as I try, I can't ship Icaron. I can't even begin to understand it. I'm in love with Icolo, in the normal and unusual form. I like Icolo, I don't think it's healthy. Yeah, especially when it possesses you. I would love to see an anime of Puyo Puyo where the characters seem interesting enough. I absolutely cannot comprehend why people think S is adorable. I only think she's obnoxious and annoying and not in the slightest bit cute. I think her design is cute and a little bit sexy, but I think her personality is annoying. She just seems like a knockoff of Rafina. In fact, I think the Tetra crew is knockoffs of Puyo Puyo characters, except for like a few exceptions. You know, I think the Tetra crew is probably like the sense of right alliance of the Puyo Puyo franchise. I don't think Puyo's theme is that great. I agree. It just seems like da 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 da. I don't really like X's character design. Hell, I think he'll like to see what Ashuro say about his choice of attire. Yeah, he was like a circus. I think Ashuro would say, "What are you from? A circus land?" I really want to see Shanzo as a protagonist in a game again, even if it's just a spin-off. Yeah, I wish Icaro would just stop running around away after he encounters a protagonist. Hi. It's like Ringo was like one of those children that ends up in the wrong neighborhood and just run away. I actually don't want Puyo Puyo Tetris to see him an international release, merely because my favorite character is too easy saying his name, and I use the one that isn't used officially. Mean T-E-E? Well, that's how it's supposed to be spelled. T-E-E. I wasn't very happy with the art in Puyo Puyo 7. I mean, Ickle just looks like an MSP nightmare. No, he doesn't. He looks pretty good. In fact, he looked way scarier and way more threatening. His 20th design and onward just looks like someone drew very bad fan art of him. I really dislike the confusion between the Japanese and English franchises. And although I can tell her to a point, I don't see why there had to be a Sonic reskin to Mean Bean and a Kirby reskin. So I think we would have been better off without the reskins internationally. Yeah, I could probably agree. Was it bad that I already began to like One vs. More after the worst being in 20th Candy binge? Yeah, you just sort of want to protect him, keep him, and force feed him candy to keep him alive. I just got into Puyo Puyo, but I really wish I knew more about the Warren story. Hope you learned a lot!
Yay! We're advertising one of the shittiest places on the internet. Sure is my waifu, and I'm really sad that he hasn't been at basketball releases. Don't you mean husbandu? Husbandu are basically male waifus. Get your terminology right. I dreamt. What's this dreamt? Of a new Puyo game that features the story being the Madu cast teaming up with the favorite counterparts such as Sure and Sullivan T. I want to try Lemons from Wrigley, but his pants don't make sense for me for some reason. Well, I always picture Ashur Bone's human form appearance based off Ashur Kel. I really want to see Siri return in an upcoming Puyo game. I absolutely adore her. Puyo Chronicles has your answer. I want to see Ashur cross-dressing. It would just seem so perfect. I like Dirt Witch a lot more than Normal Witch. I wish she could be playable. Yeah. I need her as an alternate skin. I love Puyo games, and I have to play them all, but I can never get myself to like Errol. She could be a bit boring. Am I the one who likes Witch as Sanjo? I really want to see Pablo and Satan playable in the next Puyo game someday. It'll be interesting to see what kind of interaction between the self and the real one will look like. Probably Satan being like, "Please, I'm actually the real prince," and probably like, "No, you're not." I really want to fuck Ravina. She's very nice, Terry. Though I have an intense lust for her, I feel the need to pamper her like the proper lady she is. Yeah, that's true. I don't get Sakadora X Arrow. Me too. Wait, did that used to be a ship in the fandom? I don't say that nowadays. I mean, you wanted a fish and a human girl to fuck, essentially. As soon as I reached level 99, and I only saw I say fucking and then moved more randomly. Yes, there's no one showing in Sig. I 100% agree. Even though I don't play Puyo that much anymore, Strange Cook will forever be my favorite. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, he's good. Am I the one who supports Sig X numbers? It's an okay ship in my honest opinion. I wish Gongari would return. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, he only made like one appearance, and that's all. That's kind of sad, actually. I think Sega likes to troll us, because even though there's an ulterior cause for brutality, he wasn't one of them. Womp womp. Sad. Draco's ending in the swimsuit action. Maybe you read and play easy mode on Sun. Oh, squirt, squirt! I wonder what kind of fashion critique Ashur Bones would give to Klug and Strange Klug. Or, I think they would say, "Klug, you look kind of nice." And Mr. Strange Klug, it's like, "Geez, did you just get up in the morning or something?" Should I make a Dirty Confessions blog? Granted, I will only be for a specific fandom. Yay! This is the origin of the Dirty Confessions blog. If you want me to do the Crack and Dirty Confessions blog as well, I will be able to do it. No one else want a Puyo anime? Not just a little animated shorts, I mean like a full-blown series? I do. Yeah, I agree. I wish Cheryl would feature in one of the All-Star games. Yeah, I agree. She would be pretty good. Her and Amity would be very great in the games. Since they all just fit this, so they fit need to come. Zoe needs to come back, his human fitting was badass. Yes, I agree. Zoe needs to be back. 100% so. Every time I make a combo, I copy Amity's moveset in the bottom screen. Cool! It's really cool. If an alternate costume is used again in a future game, I really want to see a human version of Sure before he died. Yeah, that would be pretty amazing to see that. Does anyone actually like the Puyo 7 outfits? I kinda do. I especially like Sig's jacket. It's probably because it resembles one of my jackets I have. Will Soldier ever learn to be a thing before he speaks? I'm sure Arrow will see him saying, "I want you," and "be my desire" all the time. Yeah, he needs a bit of counseling. And let's find Strange Home if irreversibly sexy, or is it just me? I hope Sega of America tries their hands at Puyo. Yes, they have. They've been localizing Puyo Tetris to many platforms. I hope it continues, and we hope we don't see any more delays or something. I think it'll be interesting to see the Fever/7cast got their own RPG, so we get to see it interact more. Puyo Chronicles is maybe your solution? Is there anyone to say that I got addicted to Puyo not because of the gameplay, but because of a certain character? Ding ding, he's cool. I I love it if you could play a strange pug in story mode. I think it would be fun to see how he acted around the other characters. Yeah, even all the other olds. I wish we could tell us more about Six Hand. I agree. It's an interesting thing and I want to see more. I can't play her as Ryder because I feel guilty being so hard on her. Nah, you just don't. Be the man and just beat her up. Of all the characters, I find Ashura the most attractive. I really wanted to start an playable RP blog, but I don't know how to RP on top of her. Blah. The fact that the art style for Fever etc. makes no people creeps me out. Yeah, once you think about it, it kind of creeps out. I was quite pleased with Shanzo got much better treatment in playing University as opposed to having to call him a pervert. Yeah, he needs to stop being called a pervert. Ali needs to be called the pervert, though. Though Ashura is often seen as a silly character, he's actually a character that I feel the saddest about in the whole series. Losing your appearance, but you one of the most important to you, losing the things you love, that's hard. Dang, yes. He's probably one of the most saddest characters in the series. Probably has a lot of depression. See how Ashura acts around Lemurs? I think Ashura acts around would be kind of cute. If a silly parent sharing it wasn't 20th anniversary, though. I don't like Satan. Why is he so popular? He's funny, he's original, and he's the ruler of hell. I think Satan will send you to hell if you don't like him. Am I the one who actually laughs like Glue? I'm not trying to imitate him. Here, let me try to imitate. That sounds like more like a monkey than anything. But still, I think it's pretty cool. How are they feeling I'm the only one who likes Sigamity, and it makes me feel sad. Don't worry, a lot of people like Sigamity. In fact, I think it might be the canon. I think Sig and Amity might be the canon ship. I'll get Sigamity. Honestly, it's because they just seem so cute together. One's silent and one's like the big, like, yay. One's like the excited one and one's the calm one. I didn't think much of the Fever characters until I played Puyo 15. Yeah, they have a lot of missing depth to them. I wish they got way more depth. I didn't even think Puyo had yaoi ships. We'll see how the yaoi fan base. I wish I had the Yuri ones because they both seem pretty good on character. Yeah, I don't mind the ship. I can't see Amity as a girl romantic parent. Good girl? Yes, girlfriend material. She could be good girlfriend material. She just probably needs to learn how to be a good girlfriend. I think people get my OC's name from Arrow from the games. The truth is, I had the name before she even knows she existed. Yeah, it'll be awesome to see how Amoto ever was a playable character. Sadly, he doesn't know how to play Puyo. It says that in the canon. But hopefully we could probably see him learn how to play Puyo. The fact that Arrow has ever cried in Marvel Ground before he and Fudoshi fight gave Hanger Machine secretly has post-traumatized as PTSD. Marshall has multiple outfit syndrome. Not counting how many outfit designs he had in Puyo and Mag combined. I can't look at Hydrangas anymore without thinking about Sig or Strange Cloak first. I like the mimic Sig's speech pattern. Me too. I agree with both of those. I have a Puyo plush and I balance on my hand like Amity. Yes. Yeah, I wish I had one too to balance it. I think Mr. Cord is some dark over from another dimension. Ooh, that's probably scary. Pretend to flinch, get hit with a lot, but no, it's Puyo. Satan species, Exxon Voice was terrifying, made me want my favorite video game voice actors. Yeah, that's probably spooky, scary. Let's see how much time. Dang, I think I've been spending a lot of time with this. Hour 37. It's a movie, everyone! I bet Witch took Glimmer's room for University and that's why he has a wand instead. Yes, I agree. I don't know why, but I always tend to group Puyo and Pop-In music together. It must be the art style. Yeah, that's probably the reason. Until recently, I thought Yu was a boy. Yeah, he does have more boyish characteristics. Although she is a girl. I don't get why ink does exist. Someone explain. Wait, that was a ship in the fandom? Am I the only one who actually really loved the voices in the English Puyo Fever? Yeah, I do love some of them. Some of them, like... I
think I do like How Bird, sure, to a certain extent, and others. I actually like Harpy singing. Me too. It's pretty cute. I'm the only one who can do at least attention outside of Fever. Am I? Nah, you're a part of an elite class of Puyo people. Am I the one who likes Cook? Am I? No, a lot of people like him. I'm more tone deaf than Harpy. Yep. I want to see transformation forms again, like how they did in 7. Yes, I completely agree, because I love how that add a little bit more depth to the Puyo franchise. Hopefully see those return. I tried to mimic Koog's laugh and I regret nothing. I think Sega got lazy with challenges up in 20th, except for his buckles, bootsies. I didn't go to his appearance at 15th. Yeah, but at least it's not as lazy as Rule's design in 7. Seriously, Shanzo got a unique design, Satan I believe got a unique design, Sakadora got a unique design, the Rule just stays the same. Since I'm laughing at Yellow Satan, he's too silly. Yeah, he's a silly Billy. I think there goes a large square. Sancho acts Satan cockfight over here, well, I'm calling it. Yep, that's probably gonna happen. I've never actually played Metal Morgari, let alone anything pre-Fever. Hopefully you should. That's pretty good. I can't constantly make a chain higher than 5. Well, since this was posted 5 years ago, hopefully I think you can make him higher chain now. I think Lemurs is secretly bisexual. Probably. I think I've been with Trin Ikuro referenced The Purge by seeing one of its lines. I honestly thought they could have forgotten this guy. I want to see Arrow meet Sonic in a crossover game. I wish Lemurs had an alternate outfit or voice in 20th. I mean, he's in many games and he received nothing. Yeah, I want to see another stuff like that. I thought that Sherry was a cousin, sort of a sister of Shanzo, until he really is. Huh. It's odd. Gondori should come back as the final boss. How exciting would that be? Ultra. I hate the lack of attention that Fudushi gets in the fandom. Yeah, he's cool. I kind of said that Prince Ali wasn't a playable character in 20th. Me too. He would have been cool. I wish Sure Bones was in 20th. He's one of my favorites. Me too. Skeleton T would probably be Sure Bones at some point, yes. When I first played Puyo Puyo, I had a weird fangirl crush on Skeleton T. I don't get why. I like Sig almost with the Puyo has Bandu's hands, but he's too innocent. Yes, I love him as well. I love him. I always thought it would be interesting to see if Black Sig was a part of the story, like a boss or something. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. So it could be my desire any day, if you know what I mean. Squirt. Sakadora is probably the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. That could probably be true. I want more Japanese to understand what they're talking about in the cutscenes of the games. Yeah, that would probably be cool. Whenever I talk alongside the characters whenever I start a chain. Me too. I feel like the style of design of Puyo Puyo took a Fever game. It really gives the series more personality rather than just a generic 90s puzzle game. Yeah. Dark Matter X wishes my OTP. You mean Dark Matter from Kirby? Give me that? Oh, so I guess it's Dark Matter from Kirby. Recently, I noticed that funny coincidence that after licensing Puyo Puyo's reskin to Main Boom Machine, and the Sonic team ended up taking over the main franchise. Like, wow, yeah, probably no coincidence. How could have also picked up the franchise just as easily after Kirby's Avalanche? It just chooses not to. Well, Hal kind of also went down from being a publisher to a developer afterwards. And around the same time Compile went out of business. My headcanon, Shanzo has a secret sexually oblivious. Also be an external pervert. Yeah, he's just oblivious. I can't help to feel annoyed when Mr. Big Shanzo is an actual pervert. It feels like they're doing injustice to him. Probably. We're almost done, boys. I also think a little Glass is another Puyo game. Sometime soon, although I like to see that's really unlikely at this point. I hope I like to see because I like to see one of my friends in the game. Yeah, thank goodness Puyo Tetris happened. And we're at the end! Okay boys, this has probably been the best time ever. Let's stop.